Life.
It's 2 o'clock. OGBC, I am Bolaji Easy. President Bola Tinubu has described the havoc wreaked by drug abuse on individuals and families, emphasizing that funding evidence-based preventive measures could save lives and conserve resources used for treatment and rehabilitation. President Tinubu said this in a keynote address at the commemoration of World Drug Day at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. The President underscored the need to commit more resources to collectively combat the consequences of illicit drug abuse. He noted that illicit drugs have wreaked havoc globally on individuals, families, communities, and countries. The government at the center has restated commitment to creating a conducive environment for journalists and the media profession in the country. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, gave the assurance on Wednesday in Abuja. Alhaji Idris reaffirms the commitment of President Tinubu-led administration to a free and responsible journalism, adding that a society can only flourish when its media organs are free to report the truth without fear of retribution. He noted that as the government champions the cause of a free press, it is binding on the media to exercise the freedom with a sense of duty, ethics, and patriotism. The Nigerian Governors Forum has assured workers of a better new year. The governor assurance in communique signed by the chairman of the forum, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State in Abuja on Wednesday. The forum promised continued engagement with key stakeholders to reach mutually agreeable solution. The NGF expressed its willingness to provide the much needed support to the World Bank to ensure program effectiveness across the country. And governors from the southern part of Nigeria, under the aegis of the Southern Governors Forum, have called the consideration of the cost of living and the ability of each state to pay the new minimum wage. The southern governors also advocated that each state be allowed to negotiate the new minimum wage with the labor unions. This was contained in the communique issued this Monday in Abeokuta. In their 16-point communique, the Southern Governors Forum called for strengthening of fiscal federalism and devolution of power, and expressed a concern over current practices where mineral licenses are issued and explorations undertaken without recourse to state government. The call has gone to state governments to end open defecation in order to prevent the outbreak of infectious diseases like cholera, typhoid fever, and tuberculosis. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohamed Pati, made a call on Wednesday when speaking on a television show. Professor Pati also called for a multi-sectoral approach to curb the spread of cholera. The government has mobilized resources to contain the spread of cholera in the country. According to the minister, a technical working group was activated through the Nigeria Center for Disease Control to support states to reduce the transmission of the disease, infectious disease and treat those who have been infected. Here at home, the State House of Assembly has called on relevant government ministries, departments, and agencies to collaborate with local government councils and the general populace on the need to take proactive measures. The Right Honorable Lemide made a call while responding to the presentation of the Chairman House Committee on Health, Assemblyman Wahab Aruna, who spoke under personal explanation on the need for the residents of the state to take necessary precautions to contain the spread of the disease. The Speaker commended the state government for its prompt intervention through the purchase of necessary protective kits meant for the prevention of the spread, soliciting the collaboration of relevant NDAs and the Department of Public Health and Sanitation at the local government level. Earlier in the presentation, the lawmaker underscored the need to enforce compliance to public health precautions and promotion of hygiene by private food vendors to save the citizens. Meanwhile, the Ogun State House of Assembly has called on the local government councils in the state to complement the government by embarking on the rehabilitation rehabilitation, and upgrade of more primary health facilities at the grassroots level. The Speaker, the Right Honorable Lutai Selemide, made a call on Wednesday while responding to the submission of Honorable Wahab Aruna during plenary. The Speaker stressed the need for the Council to contribute to the health needs of the rural people, saying the state government had early embarked on massive rehabilitation, reconstruction, and upgrade of some health facilities across the state. He noted that there's need to do more by the government in ensuring that most of the primary health care centers are renovated and equipped, especially for the benefit of the rural dwellers. Management level officers in the Ogun State Civil Service in their commitment to excellence and effective management of public hereby charge while declaring a two-day capacity building workshop with the theme Efficient Management of Public Resources held at Obas Complex, Okimoso in Abeokuta. Mr. Onosoya said responsive stewardship of public resources is imperative for sustainable progress at a time like this when global community is faced with unprecedented challenges. The number one citizen civil servant emphasized that public resources, whether financial, natural, or human, constitutes the lifeblood of the societal collective well-being and represents tangible manifestations of the social contract between citizens and government. Training for effective management to forestall mismanagement, which could undermine the integrity of government of establishment and training. Mrs. Lydia Fajombo said the training was aimed at equipping the participants with skills and best practices to ensure transparency and accountability for effective and efficient management of service matters and public service reforms. Mr. Oladipupo Okunfowora and Mr. Shola Oyelulatif Balogun advised the participants to take advantage of the training to brace up their performance in efficient management of public resources to avoid unforeseen circumstances. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SAN, stated that Nigeria, like other countries globally, is plagued with an influx of substandard goods. The Director of Inspectorate and Compliance Department, Mr. Pius Manji, said this on Wednesday in Lagos, emphasizing that substandard goods can only be minimized and not totally eradicated. Mr. Manji likened the influx of substandard goods to the issue of corruption. The Board of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund has approved the immediate disbursement of student loans to successful applicants. The head of Media and Public Relations, Mr. Nasir Aitogo, who made this known in a statement in Abuja, said the approval was given by the board during its inaugural meeting on Wednesday in Abuja. Mr. Aitogo said the meeting marked a significant milestone in the organization's commitment to empowering students through financial support. According to him, with the approval of the immediate disbursement of the loans, Nelfund is taking a critical step in fulfilling its mission to support education and empower the next generation of leaders. In a world of sports, Tottenham president Arturo Dogan has confirmed that the club are in talks with Southampton to bring Nigerian forward Paul Onuachu back to Turkey. The 30-year-old spent last season on loan, scoring 15 goals and providing 4 assists in 21 Turkish Super League appearances to help Trabzonspor qualify for the UEFA Europa League. Onuachu has reportedly expressed his desire instead of another loan deal. That was